such a gorgeous Friday. There's a live look from our ALNA camera up in Ridgefield, Washington. Thank you so much for watching Afternoon Live. All right, going through a divorce is hard enough, but then try dating again. Sounds horrid, right? But no worries, our next guest is here to help you get back in the saddle again. We welcome back sex coach Christine D'Angelo is here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Yeah, we're talking about the transition, right, of going through the divorce and dating again. But talk about first that divorce and how that all kind of comes back around to where you can even be ready to date again.
Oh, yeah. So it's a really important first step is to really ask yourself, am I ready to date again? Am I really dating for the right reasons at this point? So taking a step just for yourself to ask yourself, what do I want out of my next relationship? What am I looking for? Making sure that you're really dissecting what your role as an individual is outside mother and wife, and what are your individual needs? What are you looking for? So once you can really define that for yourself, you're then entering the dating field with more confidence behind you.
You talk about the right reasons. What are some of the wrong reasons that you see people getting back into it?
Loneliness, having a need to feel a void, because once you're now divorced, there's a sadness around, oh, it's gone, I'm alone. Maybe if you even share custody now, you find yourself being alone a lot, right? Like every other weekend maybe. So that could be one of the wrong reasons, and really you haven't allowed yourself that time to emotionally heal from a divorce.
But it's the wrong reason to be lonely. But then what do you do if you are lonely and going through a divorce and you really want to reach out and have more of a social aspect in your life?
Right. So you would look for support groups or programs. I offer a program for individuals who are looking to not feel so alone, but also want some guidance around, how do I get back into the dating scene and feel good about it? How do I have less fear and concern around being vulnerable with somebody again?
So you've reached that point when you've worked on yourself, you know that you're ready to get back out there.
Yeah.
And it can be, I can only imagine, I was out in the dating world years and years ago, and we didn't have all these websites and online dating, none of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's so intimidating.
It's a huge world out there now in dating. So really, that's what's intimidating, I think, for people who are coming out of divorce. They haven't dated in 10, 15, 25 years. So really figuring out now, okay, what approach do I want to take? And then also putting aside any sort of type that you had or think you have.
Yeah.
Because what your type was 10, 15 years ago might not be what your type is today. So really allowing yourself to give people a fair chance when you're out there dating. And that's only going to increase the amount of people that you can go out there and date and experience. And it's only going to help you better define what it is exactly you're looking for in a partner.
And how many dates then do you give that person a chance to be that person, right? Because what if you're going after someone who you wouldn't normally go after,
right, and
you're dating them, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is great, but you know, they're not hitting this checklist that I've always had in my head.
Right.
How much of a shot do you give them?
That depends on the person, right? So so to my third tip, let's go to my third tip. Listen to your gut. Okay. Listen to your instincts. I think that's the biggest tool that you're going to have to give you any sort of future red flags with an individual, right? Okay. So if you're on a date, if you've had a few dates with someone and you know, they're being rude to the wait staff, they're maybe cussing a lot, they're talking about their ex a lot, you're like, oh, this is not working for me. Listen to your gut and be able to express that to the person. You don't owe them anything, first and foremost. So don't waste your time dating the wrong person. Say, hey, give them a compliment sandwich. This was really great. Thank you so much for meeting me. I'm really not feeling a connection though, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you though for meeting me. And then you get up and walk out. You don't owe them anything. But on the other end of that, listen to your gut. If you're spending time with someone, they're making you laugh, they're bringing out the best in you, spending time with them, time is just flying by and you're like, wow, there's a lot of chemistry, but this isn't someone I would have normally dated, right? Listen to your gut. Express that to them and say, I'm having such a great time with you. I'd really like to keep this going. How do you feel about it? Right away, they're going to be attracted to your confidence. Yeah. They're going to be attracted to the fact that you know how to use your voice. You know how to ask for what you want. Confidence is the number one thing that people look for when they're dating a new partner.
And
confidence and listening and knowing how to voice your wants and needs.
Should the chemistry be instant?
Not necessarily. Chemistry can obviously, you know, right away you're like, oh, I'm so attracted to this person. But if you really find that they have a kind heart and a gentle spirit and you're like, oh, I just really love spending time with this person, that chemistry can grow over time.
I feel like rules are different now. I don't know, I would never imagine dating 5 people at the same time, but it's out there. That opportunity is because you can meet so many people so quickly and easily.
Yeah.
Do you share that with who you're dating? Do you do that when you first get out there? You say, I'm gonna go on 5 dates this week.
Sure, if that's your approach and if that's what makes you feel more comfortable and maybe even more safe guarded to be like, hey, just so you know, I am newly dating, so I am dating several people and I'm really trying to figure out what I want. And again, they're going to be extremely attracted to your confidence. Oh wow, she's really trying to figure this out. I'm attracted to that.
How quickly do you share about the divorce?
You know, you can mention it here and there because it is a part of who you are and it is part of your journey to getting to the point where you're at, right? Just don't spend too much time talking about your divorce or your ex or your experience, because that can really it can just leave a kind of a negative impression on the person that you're dating.
If you're dating for the right reasons, hopefully your ex isn't crawling back into your head anyway, right?
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, we'll have information about Christina, and she has a class all about this as well. Head to our website, katu.com, for more information. Coming up next, we're making a grilled eggplant salad. Don't go away.